Now it's the end of my 4th week here out of 5 total. So here's what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. Saturday, July 20th, me and Young and Madison went to Shakespeare and Company, this English bookstore right next to Notre Dame. And I've been running there whenever I go for a run. I run from Place d'Italie to this bookstore, and I sit on the railing there and stretch out a little bit. It's a beautiful bookstore. There's a lot of history to it. I won't get into it now, but very cool. I love that place, and I've bought 2 books already. We weren't doing anything in particular. We just wanted to get out of the hotel for a day.
And then Byron sat and looked at the sun. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, I think so. That's how I'm saying it.
Looked dreamily out into the sun and thought about life. He contemplated very difficult things that are difficult to complicate. Contemplate!
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's embarrassing. Don't put that in there.
I'll edit it out.
Okay. What is your favorite thing about being on this trip?
Being somewhere new.
Very cool, even though you've already been here, so that's kind of a lie.
Well, I didn't actually see it. I saw like this, I saw the Louvre, and then we left.
Who are, like, if you had to pick, like, the 2 coolest people that you met on this trip?
You know, I think it would have to be you 2.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh.
The next day, Clifton, Serena, and myself went to the Musee Rodin.
No, I'm getting like this whole courtyard.
Rodin used to live in that building there, and this whole thing has been converted into these fantastic gardens with all of his artwork in it, including this, the famous sculpture called The Thinker, or Le Penseur. Rodin donated his artwork to the city of Paris towards the end of his life, and this has some inscription about, for the people of Paris. These are called the 3 Shades. They were part of his Gates of Hell huge project that he worked on for 37 years or something. I didn't notice at first, but it's an identical figure rotated at different angles. And there they are, the 3 Shades on top of the Gates of Hell. There's the Thinker, and there's some other famous pieces that were redone in different sizes and recast or sculpted in marble. The piece as a whole is pretty terrifying. There's all these dramatic poses and grotesque figures. It's pretty impressive. This piece is called The Burghers of Calais. I first saw a cast of this at Stanford. It was the first time I ever saw Rodin sculptures, and I immediately fell in love. They're so dramatic when you look up close. Everything is expressive, like their hands and their features. In the garden there's some more figures, recreations of one of the figures from that sculpture. This is a shot of the mansion from across this great lawn. I was in love with this place. It's pretty striking, and it's a bunch of art by an artist I'm very fond of. I wouldn't mind living here myself. So the mansion has a bunch of models and some of his lesser works, but his greatest works are in the first building that I wasn't allowed to film in, on all stuff made of marble. This is part of his personal collection. It's a Renoir painting. And this was the first Van Gogh painting I saw over there. And God, I love seeing Van Gogh paintings up close. They're just, I don't like a lot of Impressionism, but I love Van Gogh. Just a painting by Vincent, no big deal. So I believe it was the next day we went to the Musée Pompidou. I don't remember how we all decided to go, but this wasn't an organized trip. It was just everyone deciding to go together. The idea for this building is that the insides are put on the outside, so there's like water, HVAC, electricity, all these pipes and things are on the outside. Now Patty's gonna rap for Young. So then we went to this cafe right next to the museum, and it took so long to get our food. I mean, I just ordered a shake because everything was expensive and I wasn't that hungry. And it took us over 2 hours to just get our food and pay and leave. And because this took so long and the museum cost money, we just decided not to even go. And here's Young and Madison.
I'm gonna do this speed walking young style in the Coliseum or whatever.
Over this, Patty J.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Go at my own pace. Pompidou another
Feel
day.
free to run around at your own
I
pace.
just go to the restaurant.
And Sarah looks at her like,
Who wants to do that?
especially if I was at my own pace.
At that point, I still hadn't caught them being weird on camera, but then I did later. Eventually, you'll see. Stay tuned and I'll post some more videos soon, as soon as I can.